we look at all of Jesus' teachings about this, about marriage and divorce and so on, to whom do Jesus' teachings apply? And this is, I think, where this is a sticking point with some people. And where some people would disagree, again, with what I believe the Bible states rather clearly. Every time Jesus spoke about divorce, not some of the time, but every time, and you can look up his words about divorce. Every time he talked about divorce, he used the term whoever or whosoever. When he spoke to the multitudes and the crowds which gathered to hear him speak, and when he gave his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus preached on this topic, on the Sermon on the Mount. And he said to the multitudes in Matthew 5, verse 32, I say to you that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery. And so on, the verse continues there. When Jesus met the challenges of the Pharisees, and the Pharisees had questions for him about divorce, he spoke to the Pharisees and he used this same term, whoever. In Matthew 19, verse 9, he said to them, I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, except for sexual immorality, and marries another, commits adultery, and whoever marries her who is divorced commits adultery. And then lastly, when Jesus spoke to his disciples, when they had some time to be alone and to talk about this in more detail, once again, Jesus used this same term. Mark 10, verses 10 and 11, and in the house his disciples also asked him again about the same matter. And he said to them, whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery. And so regardless of the group or the person Jesus was speaking with in matters of marriage, he stated explicitly that his teachings apply to whoever, to anyone, to everyone, to all people. He was clear about that. He was consistent when he spoke and preached to the crowds, when he was challenged by those who would not believe him and would not follow him, and when he spoke to his own followers, when he spoke to his own disciples. Every single time he said, whoever does this or that. And so he made universal application